Hello everyone, welcome to Israelite Tarot. Today I am doing the divine, feminine, masculine energies and sexual healing messages. These energies are being channeled from within yourself. So this is the feminine and masculine energies within yourself, not you and somebody outside of yourself. The sexual healing messages part of this is to bring focus to the sexual healing that you need within your soul journey. As when we interact with each other and we have partners in this way, we're actually exchanging energy. So after we do that, we should actually be cleansing our energy of that person's as well. And this allows us to keep ourselves from being stagnant, or if we're in a really long committed relationship, maybe not have as much of a hard time healing from that situation, that relationship. Um, so let's go ahead and hop right into where the feminine and masculine energies are for you right now, Cancer. All right, so feminine energies for Cancer. Where is Cancer's feminine energies? Okay, so we have the Hermit here. Exemplar of Pipes. Very much so. Partners there. For feminine energies. And the Chariot. Whoa, okay, interesting. So you have your own energy here in your feminine energy. So I feel like um, you're very action oriented on a very spiritual level. Um, hmm. You have a very good grounded sense of emotions and a sense of self. Um, I feel like you're also a very versatile person, and I'm gonna explain how I've been doing these readings. So the feminine energy it's your feminine energy, it's your receiving energy, but it's also the more spiritual energy within ourselves. And then there's the masculine energy, which is the more material, greedy, physical um, world that we live in. And so the feminine will bring a lot of focus to your spiritual journey, while your masculine will bring a lot of focus to your physical career, love, all of this right there. Um, but it usually mainly focuses on you and where you're at in your journey, whether you're in the 5D spiritual or 3D physical. Um, But I feel like you're a very creative individual who I feel like you value your time. It creates a sense of um, understanding within yourself. So that way, whenever you get into this warrior moving mode, you're prepared. And hello there, ant. There's a little ant just crawling over here. I don't know if you can see him. There he goes. He's cute. Um, but you take a lot of time to develop your skills, so that way when you do move forward, he's like moving on a rainbow here, so it's like you got this good stable creative grounds to move forward on. I feel like your feminine energy is pretty balanced here. um you're a nurturer. I hear you, Chala. And you take care of those around you. as well as you're not the type to like do that payback kind of stuff. Yeah, I felt that. I feel like there's an energy there about that. And it'll resonate how it's meant to. All right, let's see where your feminine. I need to get one more card for your feminine energy. I was gonna show your masculine, but there's still. I need one more card for feminine spirit. Thank you. Yeah, you have a very. You're very empathic, emotionally understanding of those around you. And this makes you kind of like this person that people often come to as well. And I feel like that's also why you're kind of always ready to take action because you always want to be prepared to help the next person. You enjoy doing this. It brings you a sense of peace. It's something that you're passionate about doing. You can do this in any way, creating artwork for people, creating jewelry for people, um, whatever like you just create with your hands. I feel even if you like have to use tools and like you have to use a lot of tools, it doesn't matter. You're still creating with your hands and your mind. So let's see where your masculine energy is at. This card like, oh, there's two here, so I thought that was it was okay. So we got four cards in the feminine. We got four cards in the masculine. Eastern. Answered masculine energy. Okay, so we have four cups here. Masculine energy. Okay, interesting. That's too many. We have the Queen of Cups. We have a lot of let's see. The Chariot wanted to come out again, but there were too many cards with it, so I put it back. So you're mirroring your own energy. You're very much um, sure of what you're doing now, and I feel like it's mainly on an emotional level, and it's because you're kind of going through a lot. Yeah, there's something here about your finances that kind of is causing sort of an emotional imbalance. And that's why you feel like you need to take action in your feminine energy because usually the feminine energy is very receptive and it's not an action energy. It's just there to receive. It's like a seed that literally can't do anything unless it's watered and taken care. Well, you don't have to take care of it, but the land takes care of the seeds in the way that it's naturally supposed to. Um, but it's the same concept. Like if you're not watering this seed, then it can't grow. Um, but let's get this last card here for masculine energy. There it is. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so with this being on top of the Queen of Cups, I feel like this could have been pertaining to a family situation. Um, I feel like this is definitely I'm like 100 like I feel like your feminine energy may be too high at the moment, and that's why there's this sense of lack in your 3D physical world and your masculine energy, is because you're taking too much action in the feminine rather than in the masculine. And I feel like it's like you're taking action with emotions and um but there's a sense of loss of understanding. It's almost like you just there's a hard time there's this kind of disconnect from the way that society works here that I'm feeling, and you want to go about it your way because you know that it can succeed because you've seen other people do it, and I feel like too much focus on this though is what's gonna continue to cause lack because yes, you need to be committed to your creative endeavors and your passions and make that business goal become an entrepreneur, you know, do these things that just call to you. But we need to remember um, to stay grounded and aware of our situation and also the people around us. Um, and this will allow us to move through our situations to get to a grounded place. Hmm. Your masculine energy is definitely just a little bit imbalanced because of this financial loss here. Because it's not like you are really losing finances. It's just kind of like your situation is changing a bit. It's shifting into something you may not be used to, and it kind of feels like a loss in some ways. Um, I'm gonna go let my cat out real quick because he meowing real bad. I hear you, dude. Yeah, really? Okay, come on. All right. So I don't know why I just clicked that, but let's continue. Um, don't allow your emotions to control your actions, especially when it's pertaining to money and your financial situation or what kind of career you want to be in. Because like there's ways to find jobs that contribute to your life path. Because I feel like that's what's kind of causing this imbalance here. Um, it's almost like you don't have the right support system. Um, you're very confident about what you want to do, though, and you know that it's going to succeed. And I see success here, like without a doubt. But there's a need to balance out your energies and find a good support system because the masculine energy is the energy that gives and supports. You know, so you have to make sure that you have a good grounded masculine energy with your feminine energy or there's going to be a lack of stability in some ways. Um, but I also have like it's almost like I said, the feminine energy is too much action, while the masculine energy is too much just not just non-action. So I feel like there's a need to find a balance here, refocus, find focus what needs to be focused in your life currently. This is definitely for like this is 100% like a message for a feminine cancer, like whose energy is very dominant feminine. Definitely. Like, all right, let's get into the message here. And what needs to be healed for you, Cancer? So what needs to be healed for Cancer at this time? So we have, starting off, the Seven of Wands, Knave of Swords. Okay, same energy. Let's get two more. Different. Okay, yeah, this is definitely for a feminine viewer. 100%, because we're going to take, this is the one that I'm drawn to. We're going to put this one back. Oh, that's interesting because that one was face up. So, okay, we're going to do a little clarity after I go over this row first. I'm going to plug in this light. That's better. All right, so starting off here with the Seven of Wands and this Knave of Swords, there's this energy here that kind of likes to constantly rush in. I feel it may be an on and off energy. There's kind of a little bit of defense here, but it's only because you are you're in like your power. You know what you want. Let me put it that way. You know what you want. She has this little shield here with these birds. So like you're not allowing anything past you that's like better than true unconditional, energy. Like no matter what facet of life this is in, career, love, um, but there's this energy here that's just like it doesn't really know what it wants here. Um, I'm gonna say that you actually have a very healed energy within yourself. There's just this one person that kind of just they kind of have you in a way, but it's not someone that it's almost, I feel like there's this energy of like celibacy and like you save yourself for this person specifically, but you're not going to give in any sooner than they actually show that, prove to themselves, prove that they really deserve to like have this love with you right here, or like even in a job situation, especially pertaining to how you have these skills up here, and you're not really taking anything that's less than what you deserve job wise. You're kind of like basically, it's almost like, I don't know. I love this like badass vibe where it's kind of like you go into the interview and it's almost like you're the interviewer, and it's like they're like, wait a second, what just happened? Did I interview you or did you interview me? And it's like that's what we should be doing when we're getting jobs. It's like, is this job the right job for me? Should I really sign your contract? Should I really sign your paper? Should I really be your employee? Are you really going to take care of me as your employee? So it's like all of these different scenarios and situations. I strongly do feel a lot of situations though with an individual here um, that you have a defensive energy against because they they're a busy person and you're a busy person and you don't want to, there's just this in and out energy and you don't want that to be there. You want it to be stable, and you're just in your power, so you don't want anything less. You're like, I'm not here for that. Because like with this Empress next to the Sun, it's just like, just this screams, you know what you want on an emotional level. So like, I feel like if you are doing sexual healing, it's because you know what you want and you're preparing yourself to manifest or create that for yourself because you feel you deserve that. Okay. we're going to take. So we have here the Eight of Chalices. So, interesting. Stop doing all of that. Just play my music, man. Alright. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So this energy that you're in is, like I said, because you are sexually healing from a situation, from somebody who was like this with you in the past, and you just really ain't gonna tolerate it no more. You know, like you've been really broken, and like people made it seem really nice, and it wasn't. And so now you want to make sure that when you finally do open yourself back up to this to a relationship, even if it is a past relationship that you bring back, you reopen yourself up to love in general. You want to make sure that you're healed from this. You know, you're not carrying this energy with you, because we have the nine of swords and the 10 of swords. So you felt this energy very strongly for quite a while, and you just were ready to really heal from it, and you allowed yourself to. This 10 of swords, she has some scissors next to her and a mirror right there, and this gives me the vibe of just cutting ties and like releasing that sexual energy from that person, because it was just kind of like pretty lies. Like that's, I literally thought this was a lime. It is a frog. Like that doesn't look like a frog. That looks like a lime. What? Um, but you don't want this type of energy in your life anymore, and you've stepped into this Empress energy, and you have a very clear vision of what is a healthy relationship to you, and what you deem what you deserve from a partner. And I feel like that's why you're really almost resistant to this person, because you don't want them to be like this person, because of the way that it's kind of an in and out energy. And I feel like it's definitely good to ground yourself and not let your emotions control you at this moment, because um I mean, we're only human. We all have a lot of impulsive behaviors. But I feel like you feel very strong in your power and adamant about this, and you're going to stick to what you believe and what you want. And if this person is meant to be the person that gives you what you deserve, then you're welcome to letting them in. But at this time, you're still healing, and you're still creating a vision of what you want. And so you're okay with how things are right now. Um, Very much so. That's some beautiful energy. All right. So the Oracle deck that I've been, okay, this card was like sticking and I couldn't get it picked up, so I felt like I should pull this card. So this is from a different tarot deck. Um, this is the Ace of Wands that came out. So there's definitely some new energy coming in for you, especially pertaining to your personal passion, what you're trying to create, as well as pertaining to this energy right here specifically, and what needs to be healed for you. And that's just this past energy, and you're already focused on healing that. And if you aren't, I feel like this is kind of a call for you to start focus on that healing, because something new is coming in for you. You just need to allow yourself to have stability and balance within yourself, and also with the situations that you're in. So let's go ahead and get some guidance from the universe with these oracles. And the decks I'm using today are the Medicine Woman Tarot, the Starman David Bowie Edition Tarot, the Sexual Magic Tarot, This card came from the Easy Wish Tarot, and the Oracle deck is going to be the um, hidden messages, I believe. I don't have the box next to me, so I can't say exactly which deck it is, but it's hidden world messages. Um, so let's see what these messages are for Spirit. For Cancer. Ooh, okay, here's one. Okay, interesting. This is a very common message, and I feel like it actually makes sense, especially with the energies that are currently happening astrologically. Um, Especially with the lunar eclipse that just happened, we're all kind of regaining a sense of what we really want in life, and we're reevaluating the relationships that we do have in our lives and if we truly want them to be there or not. And we're allowing ourselves to move forward and release old ideas. And I think being in your authentic true self is being at home, because your home is wherever love is. So if you are loved, therefore you can be your own home. It's like somebody who gets in a car and goes and travels America with just their dog in their car, and that's their home because they got love with them. Period. You know. So let's get one more guidance message for Cancer Spirit. Okay. So we have here full moon temple celebration peak transcendent moment. Okay, so this makes me feel like this previous full moon energy was a very developmental time for you, um, especially before the lunar eclipse happened. It was like you really you started to have this realization of moving forward, of being authentic, and um, having a sense of understanding with who you are truly within yourself and how that resonates in your real world. And it's almost like you went to a sacred space, maybe in your dreams, and um, it just felt like things were changing for you and shifting in a new direction that made you feel like you were going in the right direction, which I don't feel like there is technically a right or wrong direction. It's just the course of life that we take. There's a fork in a path, and we can choose one or the other, but we'll never truly know what's on the other to the destination, no matter which one we choose. So it's just the same as in life. We make choices and we never know where it's going to go. But we just got to make a decision because we can't sit there and wait forever. Your numbers are 3 and 9. So this is a very transitional time for you again. Things are ending and shifting for your understanding as well as your own personal boundaries and perceptions of everything around you in general. It's almost like your awareness is shifting a lot, and this is why your energies being out of balance, your feminine and masculine energies, is what's caused this shift because now they're ready to be balanced again after having gone through such a long time of imbalance. It's like now things need to change and you need to be more action oriented, and it's okay if you know um, I don't know how to explain this. It's like um, there's no question. I can't explain it. We need to be gentle with others, but also know when there's a limit to that. When it's when we need to not allow others to walk on us, kind of. And I feel like that's why there's a lot of this feminine energy here. And so there's a need to step up for yourself. Take that foot forward and say no more. Like, mm-mm. You're taking control back, and uh, it's a long time coming, but there's this good new energy coming in for you, and I feel like it's because once again you're stepping into your power and you are taking back control because you don't want to live in an energy that no longer belongs with you, and you want to continue to seek growth within your life. So Cancer, keep moving forward, keep focusing on this healing because it's also allowing your masculine energies to balance out with your feminine. And I think that's really important for you at this time. I feel like using the full moon energy from the next full moon will also be very useful for you. So remember that for the future, or reading, or even just listening to the like full moon messages around that time could be helpful. Um, so that is all I have for you guys today, and I hope that these messages guide you and help you on your journey. And blessed be beautiful souls. I'll see you all later.